Most men today are more compatible with other men. No, I am not coming for your sexuality or calling you gay. Based on your education level, your emotional intelligence, your income level, your communication skills, you are more compatible with your bros than you are with the woman that you want. It went on to say that women are dominating in these 4 key areas and it's affecting the entire dating market. My goal is not to bash you, bro. My goal is to just bring you awareness so you know what you're up against. First and most obvious one is financial independence. Biologically, historically, bro, women mate across and up. This means that they date men who do better than them in life. The reason is because women, they risk their bodies, their health, risk their independence, their life to have kids and to raise a family. And in order to make up for that, they want to date men that they know can provide for that family. Now the women are doing better than the men financially. So they're not dating for survival anymore. They're not dating for family and shit anymore. They're dating men who can bring or provide an upgrade to their life because they don't need to bank on men for finance anymore. The second area they're dominating in is education. The average woman reads about 15 books per year. The average man reads less than 7. Now, this is deeper than some fucking books. It is simply an indication that the knowledge and education gap is growing. And now conversations aren't even intriguing. You get on that date, you get on that phone call, you have nothing to talk about. If you can't stimulate a woman's mind, you will never get to her physical. The third area is emotional intelligence. This is probably the biggest one, fellas. And it is so bad that there's this proposal called Red Shirt the Boys. Scientific evidence backs the idea that delaying when boys start school could improve academic and developmental outcomes. Basically, they want to keep all the young boys back a year or two just to keep up with women. Let that sink in. And then the fourth, and this one is obvious, but just health and self-care. Women on average go to the doctor more, typically take care of their skin and their bodies more, and just overall prioritize their health and their well-being more. Now, for the men that got even a little bit of money, a little bit of emotional intelligence, go to the gym and take care of themselves, the dating pool is vast for us.
Which lies were told? When I see these online battle of the sexes and these online arguments between men and women, these 4 things that he talked about in this video is exactly what we're talking about. Let's talk about emotions. A lot of times men are completely and totally out of touch with their emotions. And here's the thing, it's not even their fault. A lot of times young men grow up being told to keep their emotions down and don't think about it and don't worry about it and go bury it or whatever. And they become men who grow up with unresolved issues. They don't want to go to the therapist. They don't want to read a self-help book. And so guess what? They have a lot of unresolved issues. And let's be clear, women are not exempt for this either. I think there are more men who being told to just swallow their emotions than women are. But at the same time, you have men who are completely out of sorts with their emotions. Then you get in a relationship and you start to have problems and you don't know how to handle your emotions. This is why men and women are having trouble dating. Let's get to number 2. We have heard over the last couple of years that Black women are the most educated in the whole United States. We know this to be the case. Now, how is this a problem? It's a problem because a lot of times when you are trying to educate yourself, getting educated, reading books, you're trying to learn, you're trying to grow, you're trying to improve your life. And then you meet people and they're not trying to improve their lives at all. Now, you don't have to judge them. You don't have to be mad at them. But let's be honest. If you're trying to improve your life and you meet somebody who doesn't want to improve theirs, that becomes a clash for you. Then you'll have a man who'll say something like, oh, well, you got your education. You think you better than somebody or whatever. And it don't even be that. It's the fact that this woman wants someone that she can talk to about whatever's going on in the world, right? And you have people, they have no conversation. They can't tell you anything outside of like a sports score. He also threw out the statistic that the average woman reads 15 books a year compared to the man reading 7. I read over 200 books last year. I am always trying to learn something, and that makes it difficult to have a conversation with somebody who's not trying to learn anything. Third thing, financially. There is a finance gap where women, they're working, they're getting their education, they're making more money. And so, therefore, you have a lot of people who are like, hey, I don't want a woman who makes more money than me. Oh, if she's making more money than me, she thinks she's better than me. There are a lot of women who are saying, hey, I'm working hard. I would like my spouse to be bringing something else to the table. And, the men who are wealthy who are like, hey, well, what's the woman bringing to the table? And so finances continues to be a sore spot in our community. And it's something where, unless we can figure out where our common ground is, where can we come together on, we're never going to work this problem out. You will have people who, when the woman makes more money, they're initially cool with it. But then it seems like after a couple of years, they don't be cool with it. Let's look that up. And the fourth point that he mentioned, y'all, was health and self care. And he was saying that women go to the doctor more than men. I think this is true. And I have to share this personal story with you. My fans know I am a widow, and my husband passed away after 23 years of marriage. When I started to have challenges with different things that I was going through, I remember asking my husband, like, who's going to be here for me? Women are definitely looking at, if you're not taking care of yourself and I have a problem, how are you going to take care of me? And this is something that people don't think about, but you don't want to be somebody's nursemaid where you're the one, you're taking your husband to the doctor, you're making sure he's taking his medicine, you're making sure he's getting all the stuff that he needs, but you don't have anybody there doing that for you, or at least helping you at all. Not ever that it has to be totally equal. So, you guys tell me, the four, why do you think people are having trouble getting their relationships together? Is it emotional? Is it educational? Is it finance? Is it health? And you guys leave that in the comments. That was certainly one to grow on. Peace. See you next time.